area of rectangles and triangles. So how do we measure area first of all? Well, we use millimeters squared, centimeters squared and meters squared. We extend the metric measures we saw in the first category and to 2 dimensions, hence the little 2, because we measure the area in little squares. Or we imagine we can measure the area in little squares. So first of all, to find the area of a rectangle, we use the formula that if we know the length and the width, or 2 dimensions of the rectangle, all we do is multiply them together. So the area is the length times the width. For example, what's the area of this rectangle? It's 3 centimeters by 5 centimeters. So the area, all we need to do is multiply them together. So it's 3 times 5, and that's equal to 50. Now we don't want to forget our units, because sometimes in the exam there will be a mark available just for writing down the correct units. Now we're measuring lengths in centimeters, so the area is 15 centimeters squared. If you can't quite see why it's 15 centimeters squared, I'm just going to fade out this rectangle so you can see there are actually 15 little squares inside. Each of those would be 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, so there are literally 15 centimeter squares in them. Okay, so that's for a rectangle. For a triangle, we use a formula that is very similar, but the most common mistake is to get it mixed up with the area for a rectangle. If we've got the base and the height of the triangle, the base is one length of the triangle and the height is how far it is from the base up to the top of the triangle. The area is found by multiplying the base and the height together and then halving it, or half of base times height. The reason is because if we completed a rectangle with the same dimensions as base and height, we actually find that the triangle is half of that rectangle. So what we were doing when we're finding out the area of a triangle is finding out the area of the rectangle around it and then halving it to get the triangle. So don't forget to half. The most common mistake students make in the exam is they forget to half. So I'm going to do an example of this. What is the area of the following triangle? So it looks a bit different to that previous example, but we've still got the same measurements. We've got the 3 centimeters, which is the base, and the height, which is 6 centimeters. It's how high the triangle is from the base. So the area, using the formula, is half of base times height. And usually the way of doing this is to multiply the base and the height together and then halve it, but you can do it in any order you want. So 3 times 6, the base times the height is 18, so we want half of 18. Now half of 18 is 9. And again, don't forget our units. The 2 lengths are measured in centimeters, so it's 9 centimeters squared.